Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing good. My name is CS Harshdeep Singh Narula and today we are going to discuss about a very important topic, and that is what to choose between a private limited and an LLP and a partnership firm, and what are the hidden costs involved which no one discuss about in the beginning. When I mean hidden costs, it means that it can come after 1 year or 2 year or 5 years later if you have not been provided with the best consultancy or with the proper consultancy in the beginning era of your incorporation journey. We'll mainly discuss about four things in this video and I'll name it. Number one is what are the incorporation charges of a private limited and an LLP and a partnership firm. Question number two. What are the charges and compliances involved during your annual journey? What are the annual compliances and charges in all three of these? Number three, why private limited is the best option when we are comparing it with an LLP and a partnership firm? Number four, for whom is this best suitable? For whom does the private limited is the best suitable? So in this video, we'll talk about why private limited is a better option. So this is the core of this video. Why you should not go for LLP and why you should not go for a partnership firm, and who or why and who should not go, and we'll discuss about this. So we are beginning with the very first question, that is what are the incorporation charges of a private limited and an LLP and a partnership firm. When we are talking about incorporation charges, there are not much difference. The incorporation charges do not vary that much because in some cases the government stamp duty is nominal and in other cases it's much for a private limited and LLP and a partnership firm. When we combine both professional and government charges, the charges are almost equal. Like there could be a difference between difference of 1000 or 2000 or maximum 3000 rupees. So that means the charges in all three of these, in incorporation charges, that is setting up charges, all three of these is very nominal and also they do not vary that much. We'll move further to the second question. What are the annual charges and what are the annual compliances? So this is where people suggest you to not go for a private limited, and I'll tell you why go for a private limited. We'll begin. So there is a concept of annual filing in both LLP and private limited. However, there is no concept of annual filing in a partnership firm. In a private limited, a form MGT 7A and AOC 4 goes every year, that is after its AGM, and in a LLP, two forms go, Form 8 and Form 11. In partnership firm, no such forms go. In a private limited company, there is a compulsion of audit. You have to get it audited even your balance is negative, or even if you have done no sales or no revenue generation or whatever the case may be. However, in case of LLP and a partnership firm, you have to get audited when you have crossed such limits. In all three cases, ITR is compulsory. We'll move further. There is an extra requirement of forms such as DPT, BEN in case of a private limited. However, there is no such requirement in LLP and in partnership firm. So KYC is required in both LLP and private limited, director KYC, and it's not required in a partnership firm. There is a concept of board meetings. In case of private limited, you have to conduct at least 2 board meetings in a private limited company, that is a small company. If you are in other than small company, there is a compulsion of 4 board meetings. So you will be starting your journey and you will be a small company for some times because of the criteria of small for 4 crore and 40 crore criteria. Moving further, there is no such concept of board meetings in LLP and a partnership firm. So you have to you have to maintain books of accounts in all three of them. You have to maintain proper books. We'll move further. There is a requirement of maintaining registers in both LLP and private limited. However, in case of a private limited, there is a little more requirement of maintaining extra registers, minutes of meetings, proper statutory registers, attendance sheets, and board resolutions, financial statements, etc. So when we are talking about compliances and charges, I'll say, to be honest, to be true, private limited wants and deserves, and also it requires much more compliances while comparing to LLP and a partnership firm. So I'll tell you what extra compliances are there. Annual filing is in both, we'll not talk about that. There's an extra compliance of audit. Number one, there is extra compliances of forms like DPT3 and BEN. DPT3 comes when a concept of deposit comes. Like We can explain you in a other video some. And KYC concept is both. So right now, as far of now, there are two extra compliances. The third compliance is that board meetings. So you should conduct board meeting. I say that at least you will meet with your board and discuss things. Now we'll move further. There is a requirement of maintaining statutory registers. So there are like basically 4 extra requirements, out of which two can be expensive. Like one is audit and others are form filings and form preparation. So when we are discussing about audit, the audit ranges from like 10,000 to 10 lakhs. Now it's upon you how much you are going to pay to your auditor, and if you know the auditor, how you are going to deal or crack a proper deal with an auditor. So it's totally upon you. Moving further, why private limited is a best option. So let's say that on an average you paid 15,000 rupees to your auditor when we are discussing about the charges, annual charges, and then you filed some form, you paid 10,000 extra to your CS or a CA. So in total your and also including your KYC, you paid 3,000 extra. So this is 28,000 rupees your annual cost, at least 28,000 for a private limited. Getting your minutes prepared or these things prepared, let's add 10,000 more or 12,000 more, making it total 40,000. So for example, for a private limited, including audit, ITR, annual filing, form preparation, AGM preparation, minutes preparation, your total cost and director KYC, your total cost will be only 40,000 for a private limited. So when we are comparing and when we are putting a private limited as a best option, let's also talk about the cost. This is the main thing, because when we are starting a business, a startup is very low on funds. So keep in your mind that on average it is 40,000. It could be 20,000 a year, or it could be 4 lakhs a year. So on average 40,000 these days professionals are taking to maintain your private limited on average on annual basis. Moving further, why private limited is the best option. It is of more attractive nature. People get attracted to private limited, ABC private limited, and not ABC LLP, because in the Indian mindset, private limited is a genuine business. Moving further, number 2 in why private limited is the best option, less future conversion cost. When we talk about the less future conversion cost, I'll cover this in the last point, and I'll compare that 40,000 with this less future conversion cost with an example. Easy funding. There is in a private limited, you can easily get funds, and the funding structure is very easy. You can issue shares, people can sell shares. The structure is moving very easily. However, it's not in the case of LLP and a partnership firm. A small change in the structure of a partnership firm, like change in shareholding, change in management, you have to change whole agreement and file it with the registrar again and update it again. It is not in the case of private limited. And if you, in the case of private limited, you are changing your management, then it is an STP form, like it will be approved within a single second, within a click of second. Quick change in management, quick change in shareholding, these are the options. It's best for the long run, a private limited. I'll tell you why when I'll discuss about the conversion cost. Less hassle. In a private limited, the hassle is less because most of the forms are STP based, that they get approved within a single click. Like you filed the form, you paid the fees, and it will be approved within a millisecond. So we'll move further. For whom is this a best option? A private limited. And why you should not go for LLP and a partnership firm. This is where people or your consultants or the Google do not tell you there are hidden costs. Best suitable for those who are willing to expand in near future. So if you want to go for an LLP or a partnership firm, good luck, go for it. If you do not have any expansion plans, or if you do major expansion plans, or if you do not have any such plans to get investor funding, or if you do not have such plans to get the management change on regular basis, or like alternate basis, or whatever the case may be. So we are discussing, this was the first one. Who are looking for the expansion in near future, like 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 year, 3 year, they should only go for a private limited. I'll tell you why. Now we are going to discuss about conversion cost. I'll take 2 examples of the conversion cost. There are many examples, but I'll take 2 to 3 examples right now. For example, number 1, while you made an LLP, now we'll discuss like you made a mistake. You made a mistake and created your partnership firm. Let's say you created a partnership firm and you got 10 trademarks done for it of your brand. 10 trademarks done, and you have creditors of 2 crore, let's say, and you also bought a land of 10 crore rupees in the name of partnership firm. So these are the three things you did. First thing you did, you got 10 trademarks done on your partnership firm. Second thing, you got a 2 crore rupees creditors in your partnership firm. And third is you purchased a land worth 10 crore rupees. So there are going to be conversion costs, a high and a huge conversion cost when you think about converting your partnership firm or your LLP to a private limited. Now I'll discuss how and why. So we discussed like number one option, 10 trademarks. You got registered in the name of private limited partnership firm or an LLP. Now you want to convert your partnership or LLP to private limited. I'll tell you what will be the cost. So the government fees, including notary and including the TMP fees and TMP for the change in service address. So total for one trademark government fees would be to change from partnership to private limited would be 11,000 rupees. Plus on average 15,000 rupees your professional fees, that is 26,000 rupees for a single trademark would be conversion cost. Multiplying it here 10 trademarks, there would be 2,60,000 rupees as a conversion cost of your trademarks, and a time period of minimum 3 months to 12 months as per industry experience. I'm telling, as per law it's 3 months, so it will take around a year to get it converted. Number one, 2,60,000 is gone. This is an example, it could be more. Number two, now you want to convert and you got 2 crore rupees credited, and you do not have NOCs, or if you have NOCs and it is going to be a very hassle to get NOCs from the creditors to get it converted. Then you'll do newspaper publication, then you'll pay professional fees and government fees. Total it will be 50,000 rupees on average. The less they are charging is 30,000 plus government, plus that is 20,000 to 50,000 on average. 2,60,000 you spend on conversion, 50,000 you spent on conversion of your partnership to private limited. That is now its total is to 3,10,000. Now you have a 10 crore land. You have to get court orders, you have to pay a stamp duty, you go to a registrar, you have to do many paperwork to get your plant and machinery, to get your land, to get your fixed asset, to get your intangible assets shift from your partnership, your LP, to a private limited company. These are just 3 to 4 examples. There could be many examples. For example, there is a court case going on. You have to get it shifted to a new company, new private limited again. There are creditors, you have to give notice to the creditors. There are the things, billings in the name of your partnership, you have to shift that. There are the tax deductions for 8 years available, depreciation available, you have to shift that. There is a total complete change in structure, which might cost you at least 10 lakh rupees in a near future, 5 to 10 lakh rupees. Then why go for these things? People say that it can be get converted. Yes, it is easy to get converted for us professionals because it's our daily work. It's easy to get trademarks transfer from one person to another because it's our daily work, but you have to pay for it. If you are ready to pay, then go for LLP or a partnership firm. So if you are thinking to convert your LLP or partnership firm into a private limited within a year or 2 or 3 years, let's say you want to convert your LLP after 3 years. So we in the beginning we discussed 40,000 rupees for private limited per year cost. So there would be a total cost of 1,20,000 for 3 years. And now compare this 1,20,000 for 3 years with 5 to 10 lakhs for the conversion cost and the extra hassle you have to face. So this is the thing people do not discuss, the consultants do not tell you, and the clients do not ask to their consultants what are the hidden costs, what are the conversion costs involved in this case. That's all for the video. Thank you very much. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. There is my number and email in the description. Please WhatsApp me or email me. I'll be very happy to discuss, or you can also drop a comment. Thank you very much.